Welcome to Life Happens, where Texans come to protect their legacy and prepare for the second half of life. Join your host, attorney Kim Hegwood of Your Legacy Legal Care, and our weekly guest as we navigate the challenges that emerge as life happens. Now here's your host, Kim Hegwood.
Good morning and welcome to Life Happens with me, Kim Hegwood, and our very special guest, Kym Harris. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing great. I'm honored to be on your show.
Oh, thank you. So Kym is with Rock Solid Retirement, and we're going to talk about long-term care and what you need to know. And so first thing we want to talk about probably is what do you find that keeps people up at night and steals their peace of mind?
Hands down, people running out of money is the greatest financial fear for most people. Increasing taxes and the unknown future medical costs.
Yeah, that I can appreciate. And we see the cost of long-term care so in my office a lot. So I'm very familiar.
Yes.
And so what about you? What made you get into the long-term care arena? Is it personal, just passion? What happened?
It is personal. That has become a passion with family members, caring for loved ones. And I know a lot of people who did not plan, and they have not put long-term care insurance in place, and they've had to spend down their assets. They're living where they don't want to live, being with people they don't want to live with, and in places they don't want to be. And with education, many of those things can be eliminated. And long-term care is not just a place. When I was younger, I used to go into nursing homes and sing. And it was a place that didn't smell good. It didn't have good vibes. It wasn't a pleasant place to be. But long-term care is an event. It has to do with that you're not able to do daily activities like bathing yourself, being able to transfer in and out of bed or getting on the toilet, being able to dress yourself, to feed yourself, and just basically getting around.
Yeah, and it's like I tell most people, getting old is not for sissies.
No, it's not.
And so from what you've seen as a kid growing up, to where you are now, it's like, how has caring for our seniors evolved from what you used to know as nursing home?
Well, now we have so many options. We have the home health care, which people can come into your home and have you age in place so you're in comfortable surroundings. There's also adult daycare centers in some communities, independent living facilities, which is a step maybe from home health care, that they need to be around people where they're not really being cared for, but they're in groups. And then assisted living facilities where you need monitoring on medication or other medical issues. And then the skilled nursing. So with over 10,000 people turning 65 every day, which that's a staggering 3.6 million people annually, that is a large number of people to be able to accommodate.
So what do you find, as far as, because I know the biggest fear, when someone's in my office is, oh my gosh, they need long-term care. How do we pay for it? What do you find in your education that, for the assistance of, how do people pay?
Okay. There, basically you look at leveraging a portion of your retirement assets to be able to transfer those to accounts that will preserve your capital and protect against these potential long-term care costs. So self-funding, like we've talked about, traditional long-term care, which is how things in this industry started out. That's built on a health insurance chassis, which, as we all know, health insurance costs and insurance typically go up every year. So, and the money you pay into that, just like having insurance on your home, if you never have a fire, you never lose it, but you never regain those premiums. And that's the same with like traditional long-term care insurance. Where I focus on educating folks is with hybrid long-term care. And that can either be on a life insurance chassis or an annuity chassis. And one of the big differences is the money that is placed in one of those policies. If you never need the care, it's passed on to your beneficiaries, whether it's your family or a charity. And many of those types of policies have lifetime income benefits to them, which is great for people who have Alzheimer's or dementia. So basically, you can use your savings account money from savings, a CD, even a 401k and a 403b. I have companies now that will accept those funds to where it will pay for long-term care for the owner of that account and their spouse. You can always take money out of the brokerage account or even do a 1035 exchange from an insurance policy or an annuity.
Oh, okay. So you're a girl I need to know a little bit more, because I have learned about those particular policies. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of hybrid products. I'm even a bigger fan of the the ability that we have now to you guys that are doing these products that have the ability to transfer some 401k money to to help pay for a long-term care policy, and a lot of people don't know that, and so,
Right.
so I think that's huge, because a lot of people were they're middle class, they were raised, you worked, you put you saved for in your 401k for for retirement, so they have large IRAs, not much else, and then now they're looking at long-term care issues. And
Right.
so, so it sounds like a really great product. And so we'll have to have you back again to really talk about that one in detail. And
Okay.
so what do you find is the average need for care and current cost? What are you seeing in your industry?
Okay. Well, statistics show just from surveys done last year that females will live about 3.7 years when they need to pay for long-term care costs. A male is 2.2 years. And then we have those who unfortunately have Alzheimer's or some kind of a cognitive issue. And we have one company that they're paying a claim, have been paying a claim over 17 years. And there are companies that do have the lifetime benefits, which I think are really important, because the Alzheimer's Association says that 6.7 million people age 65 plus, 1 in 9 of every people need care because of that disease.
Yeah.
So as far as cost goes, it varies per community, depending on the demographics of the aging population and the demographics of the younger generation that are trained to care for our seniors. So to have someone come in your home in the Houston metropolitan area, it's going to be about $4,600 per month. So if you're a male, I mean, that's going to, a female of 3 years, you're going to have quite a bit of money tied up there. Adult day health care is about $1,400 a month. Assisted living is over $5,000. Starting place for memory care is about $6,500 a month. And nursing home is about $7,600 a month. And it's really important when people are researching long-term care insurance that they look at the level of care covered by the product they choose. In other words, you don't want to purchase a policy that is going to pay for nursing home only when you want to age in place. And then, of course, looking at price, the length of care covered by insurance. Sometimes it's 3 years, 5, 6 years. And then we have a few that we can do with lifetime benefits.
Yeah, that's good. Those are always good choices. And so, because
Yes.
I know my mom doesn't have any of that stuff, and she's already said, I'm staying home. You're not going to get me out of the house, so we'll have to figure that one out for her. And so,
Right.
so, because no matter how much you think about it, a lot of people put off making those decisions, and then health makes a difference and they can't do anything because of health. So it makes it problematic. So you want to be thinking about doing this at an early age, right? A lot earlier than what you would think.
Well, you do, but I help a lot of people. I have people in their 40s that have purchased the hybrid insurance base products, but I also have people in their 70s, close to 80, that realize that they never planned and they have a need, and there are carriers that will help people, and the underwriting is a video call, just like what we're doing today, and they can qualify. So there's different pieces. There's just depending on a person's needs and where they are in life. And that's the reason it's so important to become educated, so you really know your options.
Perfect. And so what's that one piece of advice you'd give somebody regarding long-term care planning?
Well, it would be to have a conversation with a financial professional. But just as like an attorney or a doctor, there's different specialties. So a lot of times people think of financial professionals as those who accumulate money during your working years, and they are a very important person to have in your wheelhouse. But you need to speak with somebody who specializes in distribution during the phase of retirement, because it's totally two different mindsets.
Yeah.
Obtaining tools, just like if I may say, with your mom, maybe she's adverse to talking about long-term care insurance, but there might be brochures. There are brochures that, I could send to people for free of charge, that they can start having that conversation, or they can leave a brochure on mom's table and say, hey, when you have a chance, let's look at this and talk about it together. So having conversations with the financial professional who specializes in distribution, and also having the conversation with your loved ones.
Perfect. And so, Kym, this has been great. Good information. So if our listeners want to find you so they can get some more good information about what you do, how do they do that?
Well, they can look at my website, which is rocksolidretire.com. I do have a phone number on there that they can actually push the button and call me directly at my office at 936-866-0222. And if by chance I'm helping someone else, their recording will notify me by an email, and I'll get it quicker that way. Or they can reach out to me by email at Kym, Kym, name's a little bit different than yours, at rocksolidretire.com.
Perfect. And so it has been a pleasure, Kym, having you on the show this morning. We look forward to having you on again soon.
Thank you. I look forward to talking to you again as well.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Life Happens with Kim Hegwood. Be sure to tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. wherever you listen to your podcast as we navigate through the challenges that emerge as life happens. The content of this podcast does not establish an attorney-client relationship or constitute attorney-client privilege, legal, medical, financial, or any other professional advice.